Like Forrest Gump, trans people sometimes have the need to pee. Unfortunately, trans people are often deterred from using public restrooms. This is bathroom discrimination, which is a horrible occurrence that harms the bodies and minds of those targeted. According to Sam Killerman of A Guide to Gender, the 2015 United States Transgender Survey found about 9% of trans people have been denied access to a restroom. In public restrooms, 12% have been verbally harassed, 1% sexually assaulted, and 1% physically assaulted. In 2019, 36% of transgender and non-binary students 13 to 17 with restricted bathroom and/or locker room access reported being sexually assaulted in the last 12 months. Of all students surveyed, including cisgender students, 25.9% reported being the victim of sexual assault in the past year. The National Center for Transgender Equality reported that they had not heard of a single instance of a transgender person harassing a non-transgender person in a public restroom. Those who claim otherwise have no evidence that this is true and use this notion to prey on the public stereotypes and fears about transgender people. According to Killerman of A Guide to Gender, over half of those surveyed had said that they avoided using public restrooms out of fear of confrontation or other problems, resulting in 32% limiting food and water they consume, and 8% developing kidney problems or urinary tract infections. Even more disturbing, 1 in 3 reported attempted suicide over the last year. Furthermore, 58% of trans and non-binary youths 13 to 24 in the sample reported prevention and/or discouragement from using a bathroom that corresponds to their gender identity. Among the trans and non-binary youths who experienced this discrimination, 85% reported depressive mood and 60% seriously considered suicide. On a positive note, Portland Public Schools' 2020-2021 Successful Schools Survey found that 72% of trans students and 64% of students unsure of their gender identity, grades 6 to 12, feel that their peers respect them, and 82% of trans students and 77% of students unsure of their gender identity feel that they matter to others at school. On a national level, 79% of Americans support laws that would protect LGBTQ+ people from discrimination in the workplace, housing, and public accommodations, almost 8 out of 10. This is an all-time high. Even in states with anti-LGBT+ legislation pending, around 2/3 of its citizens are for pro-LGBT+ legislation. Ironically, Florida has an overwhelming 80% of its citizens supporting non-discrimination protection despite their governor signing up discriminatory laws such as the Don't Say Gay or Trans and Stop Woke Act. Again, like Forrest Gump, trans people feel the need to pee from time to time. Preventing people from using public restrooms is a stain on our history that has affected most demographics. It currently severely affects trans people, which has grave physical, emotional, and mental consequences and repercussions. How can you help? You can help by keeping restrooms clean and available when you're not using them. And there is a third option, but John Lewis says it better in his own words.
My philosophy is very simple. When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, say something, do something, get in trouble, good trouble, necessary trouble.